Logan. I'm coming to you. We're going to do a little bit of this creativity. No, we're not. We're going to walk through some people's parks today. Uh-oh. I got a twin coal dragon. I believe that's what that is a coal dragon. Okay. So, I promised somebody that I would, I don't need another coal dragon. I promised somebody I'd go through the parks today. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a couple parks. First person that I need to go through, I need to find some names here. Mr. Twitchy, I need you to let me know if you are ready for me to go through your park. We're going to go visit somebody else real quick. We're going to go over here to RS. Let's go. Hope everybody's getting themselves ready for Christmas. Everybody getting ready. Only about a week away, week and a quarter away. Not that far. Now, they asked me to come in here and take a look at their park so that we can see what needs to be helped on. I'm not a professional at this, but I will definitely give my opinions. Got a good selection of dragons in there, too. Like you pretty well got them all. I don't hear no music. That's what I was guessing on. Okay. That is the Storm Dragon. Nice. Nice little mix between the Zodiac theme and the moon. That is really nice to have that there. That's very nice. Interesting use for those egg pedestals. It does sort of match up with that, doesn't it? Now, whenever we get the Zodiacs, and we should be having a switch on the Zodiac Dragon soon. I've not seen the switch, but we should be having it again soon. Be sure to do what you can to get that. Now, a lot of you guys don't know about this pink dragon, but back in the day, there was a dragon called Peach Dragon. And I'm not talking about the Peach Dragon that came out like 5 years ago. I'm talking about Peach Dragon that came out in the 1970s, which was a cartoon, and he looked pretty well similar to this, except for he was green. Yeah. So, you ought to look that in. It's a very nice, if you like classical musical movies, that's really nice. Got some good dragons right there. Well, I can tell you right away, and I know this is really difficult, you should get island themes when they're available during events. And I'll tell you the reason why I recommend it. Island themes helps a person come up with designs using the dragons and the habitats, even for decoration. So it gives you a platform to start with. It's just like when you're painting a painting on a canvas, some people will stencil out on the canvas what they want it to look like. And that's what an island theme will do for creating designs and art for the island. So getting yourself a couple of those is not going to hurt. That way you know what to turn that island into. But you could put anything you want to on any island theme. It doesn't matter if you wanted to make this all cold and put fire dragons and habitats in there. Who's going to stop you? But it will give you a platform and it will give you some help in figuring out how you want to design that. So when island themes come out, and which we have a couple right now, I think we got like 3, maybe 4 of them. It gives you an idea on how you can like do your Christmas themes, your winter themes, your cold themes, your snowflake theme. I mean, however you want to do that, it's really, really nice. So this one, you got a mix of stuff in there, which is not wrong. It's not wrong at all. You're only at level 76, so that's not bad. I would push forward in don't give up. Don't give up. It looks like you are leveling your dragons up. That is good to know. Most definitely, yes. Work on getting your dragons leveled up. You are high enough now. You should be trying to level your dragons up to at least level 15. This will boost your park level dramatically. I mean, dramatically. You've got some good dragons in there. You really do. Hello. Everything. Just a mix. It looks like one of my parks. I'm not going to lie. I have a park that's probably, I don't know. I don't even think it's at 70 yet. I think it's at like 65 or something like that. And it's taken me 5 months just to get to level 65. I mean, it is something. It takes time. It really is. Mr. Twitchy, do you want me to go to your park? I am available to go to your park. Let me know. Whoa, look at there. We'll get to that here in a minute. Wow, look at that. Now, that's not a bad design. I mean, not really. I don't think you can go wrong with taking an island and just throwing your eggs on it. Not really. I really don't think that there's a wrong way to do that. And the reason why I say that is because there's just so many eggs. There's 900 eggs. One egg for every dragon. I mean, it's just crazy. No kidding. Yeah, I got 4. I spent a couple dollars on it. Didn't really want to, but shoot, when you get to the amount of islands that I got, I mean, I've got almost 30 islands. I mean, once you get up there, it just slows down dramatically. And coming up with 50 trillion dragon cash is just not easy. This island here, for most people, is actually quite difficult to um, fix up. And there's just so many things you can do. I got all of the islands that are lost, and even I still have difficulty creating on it. I mean, I've got stuff laid out, but it's just. But this is more of a monolith island right here, and how I know that is simply because of the design. These are eggs, and just giant stone eggs, and they're in the design of the monolith dragon egg. If you just go look at a monolith dragon egg, it'll look just like that. So I got my monolith dragons on that island. You sure do have a lot of eggs. That you do. You've got a lot of eggs. I think you got more eggs than you have dragons. I think this is. That doesn't seem right. That don't look right. That might be me. I don't know. My guess is that you do have multiple of eggs. Let me take a look here real quick. You do. You got doubles. And how I can tell is that you got two right here, and I can see them. All right, so in the middle right there on that one row that goes from the bottom kind of up in an angle to the right, you got the blue tan swirl, and then you got a fire, and then you got a blue snowflake, you got a purple diamond, and then another fire. This tells me that you got more than one of the same dragon pedestal. I would, if I were you, go through your dragon pedestals, and where you have duplicate pedestals, delete some of your pedestals during this event. Only the duplicate. Keep one and get rid of the duplicate, and I'm going to tell you why. For one, technically we don't need duplicates. Two, it turns into event currency. And of course, we do need event currency as much as possible. You got two blue egg pedestals right there. Yeah, I see. You got a lot of pedestals. That's why I feared that you had more pedestals than you did actual dragons, which is all right. Woo! All right, look at there. You know, come to think about it, I got so many eggs myself. I may end up taking one of my islands and just turning it into another egg garden, another egg sanctuary. I mean, I don't see why not. And now I want to keep one of them. I want to turn it into a money-making machine. I really do use. Well, you got some dragons from last season. That's nice. Yeah, look at that. I wanted that dragon so bad when I seen it, and I never could get it. I tried getting it, and for some reason, I was not successful. Maybe I will, though. Now, I'm glad that you got the Hex Dragon. A very difficult dragon, but also an important dragon, because during the dark events, this dragon is very useful in breeding other dragons. If anybody's curious on how to get the Hex Dragon, look at my video on how to get the Hex Dragon. Oh yeah, look at there. Uh-huh. It's kind of hard to place all of your dragons like that, isn't it? Another thing that a person could literally do, and I may eventually, but look, and I really wish Dragon Veil would do this. I'm not lying. I wish Deca would come out with the ability to put an island theme on the giant 4 islands, the big square ones. And the reason why is because if they would do that, a person could literally take the 2 biggest events. It'd be Christmas and it would be Halloween. These are the 2 biggest events. And they could put those island themes on 1 or 2 of those islands and make giant islands specifically for Christmas and Halloween. It would just, and there's so much room that a person could go nuts with it for real. And I think they really should. I wish Deca would hear what I'm saying. They were following me at one time. I don't know if they still do. But Deca, if you're listening, please come out with island themes for the giant 4 islands, the big square ones. They're naked and bare, and they need to be clothed. You got some yeah, the old snowflake dragons there. Nice little design right there with the bushes around. That's nice. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Boy, look at all those eggs. You do got a lot of eggs. I know it's really hard to place your eggs. Another thing that I'm looking at right now, and you need to really do this, you need to level up your gardens. Yeah, I know that costs a lot of money. You need to really work on that for sure. Because small gardens don't allow you to produce bigger treat rewards. You're limited with smaller gardens. Once your garden is max size, it'll be the towering garden. The one before that is Giant Blue, I believe. But you are limited on the amount of treats you can grow with your gardens being so small. Another thing also is your storage unit. And now I've told people, I made a video about this. It costs a lot of money to upgrade that storage unit. But you can store a lot of your decorations inside of that. And your dragons and your pedestals and your island themes. Everything can pretty well be stored inside of that, but you have to upgrade it and upgrade it and upgrade it. And I think there's like 50 upgrades, maybe even more. But it gets more and more expensive all the time. Other than that, really all I can think about. But and I mean, if you haven't done it yet, you most definitely need to work that rift out. And you've accumulated a nice little spot here. I would work on puffing out those clouds. I know it takes a lot of time. It really does. It took me a long time to puff out my clouds. And it cost a lot of money too. The more clouds you get, then you can separate all these little islands, and then you can get more islands. You could take these rift crystals, and then you can start getting dragons for your main park through the rift. And don't forget, guys, we can also buy our snowflake dragons from the rift. You did well with your gem dragons, very well, and there's more for the land as well. Land gem dragons instead of the floating isle. It's nice. You did a good job. Get as many gem dragons as you can that you're allowed to get, because you can never go wrong with gems. Get yourself the gem bush and the gem shrub. Maybe it's a gem tree and a gem bush. Yeah. Now this island looks very, very nice. Look at that. Woo! He just popped. That looks nice. Yeah. Don't forget that when we have the water event, the giant palm trees will be available. They're a little clumsy because, well, they kind of take up a lot of space with the outlining of them. Yeah. Not bad, though. I won't complain. That will be all 3 hats when you visit people's parks. If you're new to this, you can visit people's parks. Even Noggard's park. Noggard has, like, I don't know, 100 different parks. But whichever one they choose to go with at that particular time. And then you can collect little party hats, and it'll give you currency for your park. All right. So that's what I have, RS. I hope that was some kind of help for you. Now, I got one more guy I'm going to go visit. He says that he's got a whole bunch of new islands. But is there anything on them? Let's go find out. He says he's decorated 6 of them so far. What'd you do, stick a tree on each one of them? Well, we're going to have to find out what he did. Let's see. Poof. Well, I'm not going to lie. I've been a big fan of the design for this. I'm trying to remember what they're called. Stained glass windows. Yeah. The theme that they got for these islands, the habitats, that stained glass there, it's brilliant. It seems awfully flimsy, though. If the dragons are stepping all around on it, they might break through. I love stained glass. I think stained glass is neat. Used to watch videos of people making stained glass. It's crazy. But you got just about everything in there, don't you? Run, snowman! Run! He was booking it too, wasn't he? Okay. Now, that is an interesting use of color. I do like that soft pastel color of blue. Just taking up space, are we? Wow, look at that. There's some nice stripes. There you go. Got a lot going on in there too. I need to maximize the size of my Olympus habitats. Here my problem is I never can hold on to my currencies long enough because I'm always trying to work on something different. I mean, I still got to level up to Shin. I still got to level up my storage unit. I still got to level up everything else. I mean, there's just so much to do. I mean, you're never done. Wow. So there is a tree on there. Right there. Remember whenever I asked if you put a tree on the islands? Well, looked like Dragonville did it for you. And by the way, those are supposed to be snow-covered cats. But here's the problem is I don't see snow on the cats. Unless them being white is supposed to, but... Now, in case you guys are curious about the tile, those are lava walkways, I believe. It seems to me it's really odd that each island has, when you lay out the perimeter, no island is the same. I don't know if anybody ever noticed that before. That'll get it started, that's for sure. Look at there. Curious what you're going to do with that. Oh, yes, the snow globes, guys. The snow globes. Very, very interesting. I don't remember if we have a maximum that we can get on the snow globes. I can't remember. But they do hold 6 dragons, I think. I'm pretty sure. And that's even an island theme, too, for this event. So we can go in there and get that. Okay, I was wondering about that. See, I only got one, I think. So Party hat. Party hat. This is interesting. It's almost like we gave each one of these dragons their very own. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, here we go. There's a lot going on there. These are monolith habitats as well as just a lot of. That person needs to just take their time with that, don't they? Look at this. All right, let's go in. You got two of everything. You're trying for two of everything. I do see a lot of people doing that, putting two of everything in there, and male and female is what I'm supposing. I never really thought about doing that. I always just figured get one dragon of each kind and get quite a few going on in there, that's for sure. Look, you got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll get that old treasure habitat. I actually tried to get that dragon. Having the Great Wall of China would really be a great addition to my park, but there's the old, what is that? That's yeah. I tried to get the maze dragon. I did a video on how to get the maze dragon. I wasn't successful. Boom, look at that island. And what we got here? Hello. That's a lot of white. Really? Oh, that'd be great. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. Right now I have Fubuku. Yeah, Fubuku is in the right now. I don't know if anybody can get anything off of it or not. Never hurts to try. Might get lucky. I know that I have in the past by accident gotten dragons that weren't even available. I used to get notifications of it back whenever it was Deca was ran by Backflip Studio. Whenever Dragonvale, sorry, was ran by Backflip Studio, I would get notifications like, "Hey, you bred a dragon that hasn't even been invented yet." Like, really? How's that? Or hasn't been put out yet. Like nobody had got the formula for it, but I on a couple occasions have been known to get the formula, and so I am responsible for maybe 10 dragons that have formulas now, but they don't do that no more. I don't recognize those in the middle. Maybe I do. I don't know. I got so many things to get. If I ever get my disability, I'll have all kinds of money to throw away. And then I'll come on here and I'll buy up a bunch of gyms, and I'll buy up a bunch of foods, and mind you, I may be missing some islands here. I don't know. If I am, you let me know. So what I did, because it's Christmassy, wintry, every time that it calls for an element to go inside the Colosseum, I will, like if it's air, like this time I put air and cold together, and I got an air cold dragon, and I threw it in there because I wanted it to fit the season. That was my idea. I don't know if it was good. Look at that. That's a neat little design. All that green. That jade. Now, if you had the Great Wall, the Asian village walls and entrances, those jade, that would go well inside of that. And this guy decided he was going to make plaid designs on it's just a crazy combination, isn't it? It's interesting that you border the inside of all of your stuff, because it kind of gives it an outline, which is interesting. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, that's bright. Whoops. I said that's bright. There we go. I'm not trying to like zip, zoom, and all that other stuff yet. Sometimes my screen flies on its own. Like if I touch it, it'll like zip right across the page, screen there. I don't know what's going on. That is interesting. Now, I'm going to show you guys one of my islands. I might have already did it earlier today. But I do want your opinion. On one of my islands. It's one of my new islands. And the thought that I had was, in the middle of a field is typically where we find solitary towers, right? Where you got to go save the princess from the dragon that holds her captive. Been watching too much Disney. There's that plaid. Did I get them all? Is that everything? I think that is. I was going to miss it, wasn't I? This island is not complete, is it? I think it can. I think there's one more upgrade to that. I think so. That's one thing that I don't like about the Lost Island. I think that they should give us another Lost Island. Like, instead of evolving the Lost Island into a bigger island, which is not really that much bigger, it's just got a different design to it. I think they really should let us have both designs. That's what I think. It takes a little bit of time for sure. I know that. Let me show you my island, and then I will have to get off of here, guys, because I'll get to make biscuits and gravy tonight. Oh boy, I love them biscuits and gravy. Now, of course, I told you guys that I mean, look at my park, man. This thing is just massive. Massive, massive, massive. And the truth about it is, when you get this big, when your park is just as big as what mine is, I can spend all year collecting Dragon Cash and never collect enough to get a new island. So literally, I have to spend money to do that. Nice. We get a wish every 90 days or 95 days. Yep. That's generally how that works. All right, I want to show you. So I got this island here. This is my new island. I just put a theme on it so it looked like it was doing something. This is the island I was showing everybody. So it's a little village, but I don't know. I just kind of thought maybe a lonesome tower out there by itself, and the dragons are, you know. But you never, I don't know. It's just a thought. I got Mrs. The pumpkin pad, yeah. I could put Mrs. Goody's treats over here, but I don't know. The treatery probably would work. I need 25 gems to upgrade that. I really do want to upgrade that. But that's my little village I wanted to show everybody. I want to see what you guys' thoughts were about it. But having that lonesome tower out there, and it is by itself, and it's all ghostly dragons. But you know, if you go online, you can look this up. But they have a lot of abandoned castles and abandoned mansions all over the world. I mean, they'll go inside of woods and swamp areas and stuff. Like, at one time, people used to live in these places, and then for some reason, the properties never sold. The people passed away, and then all you have is the remains of really fancy ornated mansions and homes. And that is kind of the idea that I had for the tower. Is that it's a tower out, part of a castle out in the middle of a field, and the village is over here, but you got to walk through a huge field of wheat to get to it. At least that's the thought that I had. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Nice. There's my other island right here. That's a start. I got that new ice sled. I really think that they need to make the lights on there light up. I really do. I think that would probably work out nice. I was trying to make some kind of like little Christmas village right here, but I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do it yet. I got into a brain fog the other day about that, so I really don't know. All right, guys. Well, I hope that was helpful to you guys. And if you enjoyed it, I do ask that you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm going to go make biscuits and gravy. And if you've never seen homemade biscuits and gravy, I'll show you how to make homemade gravy if you just check out my video, Z-Dog Makes Biscuits and Gravy. Until next time, guys, I'm Z-Dog.